Hey guys, welcome to Fantasy Tip. Max with you for the weekend ads for week 18. We're getting closer to the end of the road, and there's no better time to improve your team than right now. Let's look at the best available options under 70% roster that will help you consolidate your spot in the playoffs or your first place finish. First up, there are no games on Friday and Sunday, so we'll jump to Friday and Saturday right away. For Friday and Saturday, we have the Chicago Blackhawks, Dallas Stars, Los Angeles Kings, Nashville Predators, New York Islanders, the New York Rangers, and the Pittsburgh Penguins. At number 1, Brian Rust. Last week's number 1 was Jonathan Drouin, and he ended up having 5 points during the weekend. Let's hope Brian Rust reciprocate. I think he's going to go off. Top line, top power play, 5 goals, 6 assists in the last 11 games. We have Alexis Lafreniere, 6 points in the last 7 games. Granlund is not on this list because he's 71% rostered, but heads up, if he's available, he would slot in right here. We also have Brock Nelson, line 2, PP2 option in New York, 11 points in the last 12 games. Ryan O'Reilly, line 2, PP1 with a lethal group of players. Low risk, high reward. Mason Marchment scored in his comeback game earlier this week, line 2, PP2 with Matt Duchene and Mikael Granlund. Brock Nelson's wingers on line 2, Tsiplikov, Palmieri. Tsiplikov has 3 assists in the last 4 games. Palmieri is having a good season and he has 2 goals in the last 3 games. Quinton Byfield, line 2 alongside Kevin Fiala, also plays PP2 and penalty kill. Ryan Donato very quietly has the best year of his career. He's tied his all-time high with 30 points in 50 games. Doesn't matter where he is in the lineup, he normally plays PP1. The bonus as of today, February 4th, is that he's on the top line with Connor Bedard. Jean-Gabriel Pajot, amazing floor, good shot volume, good hitting volume, PP2 option, penalty kill specialist. Already has 3 shorthanded points on the year. Dadonov, 3 goals, 3 assists, 6 points in the last 5 games. Turvo Teravainen is a high risk, high reward. The peripherals are low, but the ceiling is high. Jamie Benn, 2 points in the last 11 games. High risk, high reward with a decent floor at least. Riley Smith, line 2, PP2 option, 5 points in the last 5 games. Logan Stankoven now on the top line with Hintz and Robertson. Dealing with a bit of inconsistency, but the opportunities are there. Philip Danault, line 2, PP2 in LA. Tyler Bertuzzi, line 3, PP1 with Connor Bedard. Gus Nyquist, no floor at all, but plays line 1 with Steven Stamkos and Marchessault. Let's not forget that this guy had 75 points last year. Holmstrom has 4 goals, 3 assists, 7 points in 8 games since being back from injury. Alex Leferrier, line 2, PP2 in LA, although he's slowed down a little bit. Frank Nazar, line 3, PP2 in Chicago. And finally, Landon Slaggert. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. Top line in Chicago as of right now with Connor Bedard and Ryan Donato. 2 goals in the 3 games that he's played. 9 shots, 2 hits, and 2 blocks. For Saturday and Sunday, we have 3 teams in action: Montreal Canadiens, Tampa Bay Lightning, and the Utah Hockey Club. Dylan Guenther came back with a bang. 2 goals, 1 assist, including the overtime winner on Tuesday. He's a must-own, in my opinion. Juraj Slavkovsky, Patrick Laine. Laine has the higher ceiling. It's a big hit or miss. Slav has the better floor. They are both 55% rostered. Nick Schmaltz has 12 points in the last 13 games. Barrett Hayton centers the second line, which includes Genter. He's also on the PP1. He's got 4 goals, 7 assists in the last 10 games. This is a sneaky pickup. Anthony Cirelli has slowed down a bit with 3 points in the last 9 games, but he remains a solid second line center with tons of playtime. Nick Paul left the game on Tuesday, but if he's available, he's a decent plug-in who does a little bit of everything. Alex Kerfoot is the line 1 center in Utah with Keller and Schmaltz. However, he doesn't get any power play time. And Shaffy, on the other hand, plays line 4 in Tampa Bay, but surprisingly is on the PP1. So he will get opportunities. For Sunday, there's one team that only plays on Sunday, the Washington Capitals. So Tom Wilson, Pierre-Luc Dubois, Connor McMichael, and Alexei Protas are great options in that order. Nick Dowd is also a very good Cats League option with hits and face-off. Now on to defensemen. Seth Jones is only hated by so many people due to his salary. For fantasy, he's an absolute gem. In the last month, he ranks 58 on average in Cats leagues and 74th on average in points leagues. Realistically, he shouldn't even be available. So if he's on the waiver wire, go pick him up for this weekend. Tony DeAngelo, PP1 in New York, he's balling out right now, proving the haters wrong. He plays above 25 minutes per game. He has 1 goal, 3 assists, 4 points in 6 games. And what really impresses me is that he got 15 blocks so far. Drew Doughty, 1 assist, 6 shots, 4 hits in the 3 games since being back. Chris Letang is another solid option, although Grillchick has the PP1 spot right now. That was not on my bingo card for a team that has Chris Letang and Erik Karlsson, but here we are. Alex Romanov, super efficient. He does everything. Keandre Miller, good PP2 defenseman with the occasional points. Scott Perunovich, 2 assists in 5 games since joining the Islanders. PP2 option. Bachwist is also an option, but I'm fading him for this weekend. Michael Kesselring, PP2 defenseman in Utah. Very inconsistent with the peripherals. You never know what to expect with him. He could pop off or he could give you a bunch of zeros. Matt Roy, solid peripherals all around. Just a few less points than Kesselring. And finally, Brady Shea, Alex Carrier, and Darren Radish. Boomer bust pickups. Shea and Radish are PP2 defensemen, where Carrier gets his points at 5-on-5. He's got 11 points in 22 games since joining the Canadiens. For the Sunday goalies, I don't know if Charlie Lindgren or Thompson gets the start yet, but I have to back the best team at home, so Charlie Lindgren is my number 1. As for Sam Montembeault or Dobes against Tampa Bay, I feel like this is a trap game for the Lightning, especially if Vast doesn't get the start. Montreal at home is decent. I don't have a preference between Dobes or Montembeault. Brandon Halverson, I'm not entirely familiar with his game, but he's 19 wins, 10 losses, 10 OTL over the past 2 seasons in the AHL. This year, he averages 2.20 and has a 918 save percentage. What scares me a little bit is that he had a 3.54 GAA in Dell 2 seasons ago. That is why I'm going for the Canadiens to win the game on Sunday. And finally, Vejmelka or Connor Ingram. Listen, Utah has 5 losses in the last 6 games. A trip to Washington is definitely not ideal. This is at your own risk. Let's take a look at categories now. For shots, we have Slaggert at 3, Anders Lee 2.8, Stankoven, Brian Rust, Brock Nelson, Dylan Genter at 2.6, Patrick Laine 2.5, Alexis Lafreniere, and Mason Marchment at 2.4. For blocks, we have Ian Cole 2.7, Romanov, Martinez, DeAngelo, David Savard 2.5, Ollie Mata at 2. For hits, we have Mark Gatcom at 4.4, O'Brien, Bichsel at 4, Will Quealy 3.7, Jack McBain 3.5, Zach Lheureux and Colton Dack 3.2. Not Kirby Dack, Colton Dack from the Blackhawks. Tanner Jeannot 3.1 and Casey Cizikas 2.7. I want to note that Casey Cizikas is playing winger right now and he hits a lot more than when he plays center. For faceoffs, O'Reilly 9.4, Cirelli 8.3, Nelson 8.2, Dickinson and Dano at 8, Christian Dvorak, Kevin Stenlund 7.1, Jake Evans, and Barrett Hayton at 6.9. And that's it for today, guys. I hope these propositions help you out. I know for some of you, the last few weeks have been difficult with how many guys have been labeled game time decisions or week to week. It's important not to panic sell guys like Noah Dobson, Anthony Stolars, Valery Nishushkin. And if you're already in the playoff spot, remember week 21 to week 25 is where the money is at. So be patient during the journey. The hospital teams won't last forever, or I sure hope not. And that's my advice to you guys. Don't panic sell good players. If you like the content, click the like button, subscribe to our channel. It's always appreciated. Good luck to everybody, and I will see you next week.